Well, hello there, my amazing Leos. Let's talk all about your money and career for the month of July. What do we have for Leo for July? Thank you, Spirit. Beginning with the Two of Swords, moving on to the Ten of Pentacles to center out your reading, and the Queen of Pentacles. So I'm hearing you're going to be quite busy for a lot of which within this collective. And July is meant to be a month where you're inching closer towards, let's say, ultimate financial success for a lot, ideal business and or job related success. I do feel like you're thinking a lot about the future and wondering when, how, what is this going to look like? Am I viewing things correctly? Am I considering a new beginning for the future that is accurate for me? And they're saying if you're somebody drawn to this reading where continuously or randomly throughout the month, this place to move to, this area keeps popping up in your awareness, your mind, your heart, and soul. If it's more about, a career shift or another type of investment, regardless of what it ends up being for you, they're saying it's popping up this many times, even previous to July, because it's meant for you, all right? And maybe considered an upgrade that might be a bit more pricey or could be labeled as a risk. Spirit saying you will not be experiencing coincidences, and it just feels like you're being set up for the best moving forward. That's the best way to put it. And they're saying, well, the best for the best of the best, period. I do feel you are quite confident throughout the month, and it's not coming through incorrectly is how Spirit's wording it. It's the sense of you, even though you feel a bit hidden in the dark or just a bit lacking in the full understanding department, it doesn't mean that you are going to carry yourself in that way. It's a sense of people feeling like you know it all. You have all the answers. You may be a source of clarity, better understanding, knowing for others. But I feel like while within, naturally, you don't feel like you have all those answers, but you're definitely going to be assisting people throughout the month. And again, your confidence is really tying into each and every accomplishment, each and every connecting moment, very, very successfully, very efficiently, very easily. Now, the Queen of Pentacles over here on the right is saying that, Leo, you are experiencing a month throughout July where you're being reminded through each and every accomplishment, each and every, okay, maybe slight uncomfortable moment or struggle, that you are meant to be grounded more than ever when doing what's meant to make you successful, right? Now, I feel this collective has worked different jobs, maybe ran a different business or two in the past. This could even speak upon where you were living. What you have at hand and what you're meant to take on moving forward as far as money and career matters, not meant to bring you difficulty, right? And I feel they're saying what's meant for you when it comes to money and career investments for continuance and new beginnings for the future should make things easier, okay? It's to say, for example, you move to a new situation, right? A new area to live in. It may make things a bit more pricey for you. And sure, you could view that as a difficulty being added onto your plate, but you're going to be set up for that in the future, right? And you're going to feel an ease in your lifestyle coming to be, which affects literally every other aspect of your life positively. And so I feel you'll then be able to easily make money more so. You'll more succeed a lot easier. And so they're saying just remember that sometimes an investment can lead to more benefits than you think, all right? Or than it may feel at certain points. I feel like this is a time, Leo, where you need to be trusting where your heart is leading you. You need to be trusting in regards to what feels right and what does not. Because a lot of these moments are going to be pointed out to you quite randomly, but it's not random. It seems like Spirit is saying that you are at a point along your path where you're feeling things very accurately. Now, this goes for when to accomplish things, how to go about doing so, when to speak up at work or whatever the case may be, and when to hold back as well. So as I lose my breath a bit, I feel like there are certain moments where you want to go accomplish this and that, and then you lose your breath, or the energy is just too heavy. Or maybe there's noise factors, and that's just life, you know? That is just reality. There's no such thing as a perfect month, a perfect time for you, but you will find that spirit aligns you with these perfect moments, quote unquote, because nothing's perfect. But it will feel like it in the moment in order to accomplish what you're meant to. Because the energy in that moment's right, the noise factors are minimalized or completely cut out. You're in your best energy or the right kind. Does that make sense? So I feel there are a lot more easy accomplishments throughout July that are going to feel very rewarding. But the judgment card over here, because you will be getting your Leo voice out there throughout July, and people respect it, people trust it, people want more of it, and I feel vulnerability is paying off for you big time. Now, when an angel comes through for you and wants to speak to you about money, please take a hot second and push everything else aside. And that includes messages, what you were thinking, focusing upon. I really feel like there is going to be more than one angel of yours. You could say spirit guide, but I'm even saying angels outside of your team of guides, wanting to more than ever, or maybe feeling that it's necessary to assist you with your money. A lot of you are trying to tighten up and save more because maybe there's a step along the way that you want to invest in moving forward. And so I feel like they're saying that the timing of all of which is on your side. But if you're looking to invest in something in the upcoming, say, 6 months or so, or even less, you need to start saving now. But I do feel some sort of windfall coming through, if not a couple for you. And you may feel that the month really entails random amounts of unexpected income, and at times more than expected, if you are expecting some amount in general. But I feel the Ten of Swords here is saying you really want to visualize accurately with every detail in sight, every detail felt when it comes to an ending in the future. I feel like if you think that certain people that you work with and or live with are viewing you in a negative sense, in a negative way or two, for one if not multiple reasons from the recent past or throughout this month, I don't feel like that's the case. It feels like you maybe are needing to more than ever separate past similar situations or one in particular from what's at hand, what you're continuing more than ever. I'm hearing fluidity, all right? There's a fluidity about your work. There's a sense of flow and just, wow, my voice just went a bit high. There's just a sense of things, okay, moving and grooving for you, not even just the work that you're producing and developing and creating, but it just feels like there's slow but steady growth. And that could be multiple platforms or multiple situations otherwise. And it feels like, in another sense, the Ten of Swords is communicating, Leo, that the struggles are on their way out, but you are experiencing an ending when it comes to, for some, the removage of a blockage, whether it came to your finances and or career matters. Oh, you're going to feel this. You're going to sense like, it's almost as if you can just feel the floodgates opening and all of this abundance in so many forms is about to just rush on in. And you are just, okay, that image that I just got was wild. It was somebody with their mouth being opened abnormally and all of the money and everything kind of flowing into it. Anyways, but the point being is I do sense that you are hungry for the abundance because there's been certain levels of difficulty and prevention and even removal that has made you feel a little bit concerned or iffy about your financial future moving forward. But I do feel, and maybe even in regards to your career once again, but it's a sense of this being sort of an ending point, a turning point, a release towards a hell of a lot more, a ton of gaining. Anyways, let's keep pulling for Leo. 10-10. I just heard 10-10. I don't remember everything that number symbolizes angel number wise, but I know it definitely speaks upon abundance. The Queen of Cups and the Seven of Wands. So touching base upon the Seven of Wands and the Queen of Pentacles over here, it's as if you are this grounded, strong, confident Leo energy and presence throughout this time period, but a lot comes towards you. People who don't fully grasp all that you deal with when you're at work or when you are at home running your business or, managing money and whatnot. But I do feel like you can handle it. It doesn't mean you should have to, but one second, Leo, I do need to drink a bit of water. For we're only about a little bit over halfway through your reading. So I do feel that they're saying things like that are going to be essential for you. You may personally, individually be doing a lot of speaking throughout July, but I feel a lot of you are just naturally becoming dehydrated. And so even if you're not finding a ton of speaking in that specific part of the month coming to be, or you're not expecting to speak a lot, your voice holds great importance. And so we don't want it going away, right? But when it comes to noise factors, I feel a minimalization of this. Could be in a moment or throughout a day or two where throughout the month it needs to be minimalized so you can get things done, so you maybe have the ease and comfort to achieve otherwise, or fix and clean up otherwise. But I do sense that it's in comparison to the recent past, maybe even specifically very much so the month of June, it's like noise factors aren't as relevant. Okay. And so that might be a wish fulfillment for some of you, but it's very interesting that with the Queen and now the King of Cups over here. And so there's a sense of you being a very, at times, an emotionally driven individual, but the majority of the month you're very analytical while still being very compassionate and very intuitive and understanding all the meanwhile. I do feel like your helpful nature is really ringing true. It's coming into play and it's being utilized. And the King of Cups says that you are a very advanced, mature, flowing kind of individual at this point, where you have a nice balance of both the masculine and feminine side within you, sides within you. And they will naturally be utilized together or separately throughout the month to make sure that each and everything turns out the way it's meant to make sure that you connect with the right people in the right ways at the right time. I even want to say that's playing into you getting your voice across for some in the ways that it's meant to. Now, moving on to the star card in the center, because I feel like it reminds me of Aquarius's reading. You're becoming the star that you're meant to, but it's also about pouring this magic into each and every star-like accomplishing throughout July. It seems like you maybe for some are helping others become the star that they're meant to, or to maybe, whether you realize it or not, help people shine their light a bit brighter and to stress a bit less. But when something small annoys you at work or when running your business, I feel this coming up a few times throughout July. Take a deep breath, Leo. For I feel things are not meant to be perfect. It's almost as if, say you work a job, right? And you know this holds temporary energy and it's going to come to an end in the future. It's meant to. It needs to. Although I feel you're grateful for it. If everything was perfect, I guarantee you'd stay there a bit too long, committed to that job too long. If you experienced less of a pointing out of certain imperfections that don't affect you per se personally or directly, I feel like you maybe would delay that ending. I feel like for some of you, you might consider longevity with that opportunity. And they're saying things need to change. Okay, things need to come to an end moving forward. And I'm not saying that you should have to deal with the imperfections or annoyances per se once again, but it's coming up for a reason. I also feel like you maybe need to reorganize, because I'm being drawn to look at all my tarot cards and oracle cards here in my desk situation, and it's not organized. I have just been way too busy, and yeah, maybe you've been feeling a bit all over the place, even though you've been getting things done and getting things put in place, and you get what I'm saying. A bit of reorganizing will suit you, will benefit you greatly. Moving right along, Leo, the Nine of Pentacles coming out, so you're going to be feeling like an independent star, While the World card is saying that you will be feeling your world developing, maybe seeing evidence of which. And part of this is because of the success that you are achieving, you're gaining. You may even find that people revisit you for a sense of comfort, a sense of kind nature, and maybe even assistance. And you being really good at what you do for a lot. It's a sense of you maybe working a customer service job. Multiple customers are coming back to see you, right? To benefit from your service. You maybe are running a business. You could be online like I'm doing here, and people are tuning back in. People are discovering you throughout the month as well, and you're going to feel this quite accurately. And see this maybe when it comes to numbers and other things of that nature. Now, if you feel certain numbers have dipped recently, regardless of what numbers those are for you for work and or business matters, maybe financial matters, we're going back up, all right? We're heading right back up where Leo belongs, for a sense that it'll just kind of be this gradual increase, or maybe if the numbers are really high, there's going to be a sense of a little bit of plateauing moving forward for that. But the overall energy, if you were to take a step back, is things are increasing overall. I also feel like, if we didn't mention it already, your financial savings needs to be a huge focus, all right? And if I'm repeating myself, then it's happening for a reason. A lot of you have at least one situation that you wish to invest in the future, or something otherwise. Now is the time to continue, or you got to start somewhere, right? It's time to begin if you don't have a savings under your belt. And I'm being drawn to the color yellow. I see that you are really more so a happy version of yourself when completing, when accomplishing, even when connecting with people. But I feel like this is going to be a month where you better get to know yourself through the act of accomplishing. And people trust you to get the job done. It's almost as if you have a structure for your business or for your online content, and they expect for you to, either way, even if you're a little bit late or struggle, you get it done in the end. People feel this way about you in regards to your job or two. There's just a very, I proved myself over time, so let's just trust Leo. The Six of Wands and the Three of Cups, as you can see, because those being two very positive celebratory cards, you have reasons to celebrate. Like I just said, you're going to be victorious. I feel like there's a sense of these wands around this individual with their own wand on the horse, talking about not only the spirits charging forth with you towards so much success, towards all that you deserve, towards improvements of importance. It's also talking about people at a distance, or at the very least up close, supporting this Leo energy, this Leo collective, and saying, you deserve this. Whatever this victory looks like and feels like for you individually, you deserve it, Leo. All right. And I'm getting protection from energy. This is a beautiful little bracelet that my manager provided me last night, gifted me. It's a little evil eye, if you can see. And so there's something about you being protected from bad energy when working, running your business, living your life, spending money. Okay, one of the last notes I want to end on is Spirit is saying that this collective feels this desire to spend money, whether it's online, in person, you name it, even if it's on other people or somebody in particular. You just seem to like to spend money. I don't see that being a bad thing, but it does feel like either way, it can get out of hand. It can be satisfying for sure, but it can get out of hand. I almost feel like you need to be thinking about necessities, maybe a little bit plus. Other than that, just don't go overboard. There's going to be a reminder that you don't need everything. You don't need the unnecessary. You don't need to be overloading or overdoing it with plenty these materialistic items. Sorry as I struggle at this point in the reading, but the Eight of Wands says that this month may speed on by while you get your voice out there in some way, shape, or form. But the Wheel of Fortune is saying the wheel is turning in your Leo favor, and people feel more connected to you, to your work, and to what is taking place within your money and career. And To wrap up this reading, I feel like you are again giving off this happier, sunnier energy, even if you don't facially look like it. But you are going to need to keep certain levels of victory, success, and rewards, even what you're contemplating for the future in a new sense, to your Leo self. But people will honor you for being a wise, advanced individual. But yeah, this is going to be a positive month where they're saying you, my friend, are on your way to your 10 of Pentacles lifestyle. All right. So those are your July money and career messages. I hope they were truly helpful. Love and light, Leo.